Welcome! Welcome if you're new in this channel, welcome if you're already following. Today is our anniversary, our 10th video. What I will play for you today is a movement of a piano sonata from Joseph Haydn. Joseph Haydn already, you might have heard, he has many sonatas. The second movement is a slow movement, as always in a sonata, and it's absolutely magically beautiful. What I always thought as a child was, when you have the most vivid imagination of something, it will turn into reality. It's kind of this mainstream thought that you can manifest your dreams. And with music, it's actually the only matter where it actually is true, that when you have this imagination of exactly what you hear within yourself and then you play, it actually become the truth. That is kind of a magic thing, right? But for this you have to be so even convinced that your imagination is the truth of this piece. That is kind of the work you have to do. It's not at the piano press some notes, but it's this imagination. So okay, if we make it really simple and we say, let's say this imagination, this idea of how you hear the piece within yourself is present for you, and then also a condition is to be completely relaxed, because if you hold something it will not come through. But then the instrument will, and if it is a good instrument, it will absolutely correspond to this, what you advanced, what you have within you. And for a long time I thought that is it. You just need to imagine everything before you play, and then you just sit and you play. But then there is something else, because if you just work with this two process idea, the problem is that when you do play, you have to be open for what is coming. And like, let's say we call this obviously the music, because the music is when it's happening, when it's actually, and what your task is not just to be in your strongest imagination, but almost forget your imagination and be present in this moment. And so therefore you have again to let go everything that you have done before, and to be completely in this present moment and not reproduce your prepared vision. So you need to prepare your imagination and your vision and your, let's say, this strongest possible within yourself. And then, of course, you have to go to the instrument. But when you play, you have to listen so open and say without any pre-expectation, or even, because otherwise you will just be like, oh, but this did not sound like my vision. So you're just comparing, and therefore it's impossible that any moment of music will be born, right? So yeah, it's more complex even than you think, but definitely the first part is so interesting because obviously everybody tried to manifest today something, and even people that are not religious now, they believe in the universe to bring them what they wish for, and instead of praying to God they might ask the universe, and maybe this gives some comfort, some hope, that it shows that we need to try that. It's actually like in Alice Wonderland, this book, very famous, right, where it's also about what you imagine to become true. Or this Wonderland is obviously like the reality of Alice's dream. And there's the queen who says something like, you have to train every day 1 hour to imagine what you want to happen. And this is so true for music. You have to imagine every day the music. Imagine how it will sound, how you want it to sound, how you want to build, to construct the architecture, how you want to feel within, how do you want to maybe create the theme, the motives, whatever your piece contains, and everything. This is the actual work of the musician, and then the piano will be after that. And if for any chance you have a piano, try this experiment, because my students are often so surprised when I just say, imagine it more like this, and then in an instant, without going home to practice, they can switch and make it happen, because it is about what you imagine, what you will create, and it is not ever working the other way around. You cannot expect by playing hours and hours to get a vision. This is maybe symbolic for life, but with the music it actually works how we hope it will work also with our life, with our dreams. So make it a ritual to work on your imagination, work in music on your inner vision of your piece, and really live with this for a while, and it will grow within you. And then when you play, you will free yourself in the way that you will just see what happened. I guess this is almost like what they say about the manifestation, that when you have imagined that what you want to accomplish, to receive, that then you have to let go. And this is maybe the second process. So when you play, you have to let go and just really be open what's happening, what you can listen to, what comes in this interaction also, what happens with you and the piece, and how this music in the end will take over, and it will not be you doing it, but actually the music carrying you in the best way. Actually, those are the best concerts, when you have this feeling that you're flying and that you are not doing anything, and you're just carried from the music. And that is how we get there, right? So this is, yeah, it's like a lifelong work, but it's such a beautiful work. And it's also like when you're an artist and you have an idea and you want your idea to come to life, you must also search for the form, right? You don't know maybe how to manifest the idea. So this process comes a little bit close to this work. And then you also benefit because it makes you work on yourself, like kind of reflect on everything about your relationship with yourself. When you can really let go of everything, like let go, it's freeing yourself from all your rational thoughts. So just listen, and almost it is like you disappear. You disappear, and that's the ultimate goal we want to achieve. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you have a lot of new ideas for how to try this in your way, and leave all your comments, leave all your questions. I appreciate it very much, and let's meet very soon.